This is Beyond the Big Screen podcast with your host, Steve Guerra.
Here is another Beyond the Big Screen teaser for episodes coming soon. I hope you enjoy and definitely tune in for the full episodes. If you want to learn more, you can head over to beyondthebigscreen.com. You can support Beyond the Big Screen on Patreon and Subscribestar. By joining on Patreon and or Subscribestar, you can help keep Beyond the Big Screen going and get many great benefits. Benefits include advertisement-free content, bonus content, and early access. The bonus content is great too. I will feature outtakes from episodes and live streaming episodes. If you join at the executive producer level, you will become just that, an executive producer of Beyond the Big Screen. You will be able to develop ideas for upcoming episodes, help find great guests, and of course have your name mentioned at the beginning or end of each episode. You won't just be a supporter, you will be a critical member of the team. Go over to patreon.com/Beyond the Big Screen or subscribestar.com/Beyond the Big Screen to learn more. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, send me an email to my email address, steve@a2zhistorypage.com, or follow us on social media by searching for A2Z History. I will see you next time Beyond the Big Screen. It's really preposterous to me, at least by the 1200, because you need to have a village that's a functioning village of that many people. You need to control land. And the Christian kings of Ireland and the Vikings, who have long turned into Christians, they've been running the show. Nobody existed in the Middle Ages completely independent of everybody else. They were all very intertwined, and anybody who's going to have any sort of wealth, like wealth even as simple as having a house and a village, has to be tied in with the bigger world. Even the bigger world of southeastern Ireland. And to be tied into that world, you had to be Christian. You weren't going to be some oddball pagans hanging out. But like you said, if it was 800 years earlier, even maybe as much as 500 years earlier, then maybe we're talking.
Yeah, just because it just seems more believable. It seems somewhat more believable. And I mean, me and you were talking about this during the week too. Like the Druids didn't write anything down. So all these traditions would have had to been passed down orally. But me and you were discussing, and I said, I find it hard to believe, this is my nerd talking, I'm like, I find it hard to believe that there wasn't like some stuff written down somewhere. And it was like the secret within the secret or what have you. And because we do have a little bit, not much of anything really, but we do have like a little bit of, how do you pronounce the word for the alphabet? Starts with an O-G, Ogham.
Oh, yeah, it's something like that.
Like we have like a little bit of stuff that they wrote down. Like to me, this is where if the movie had taken place, say 600 AD, I think it would have worked a lot better, or even 400 AD, where let's just say Rome had sent some missionaries over to Ireland and there was some Christianization that was happening and they had a relic there. And
yeah, I've had an idea for a real long time. So if you're, a venture capitalist looking to invest in something, you want to help veterans and do like nonprofit work, hit me up, take my idea, run with it. When you have the Iraq and Afghan Veterans of America, you have the VFWs. I'm a life member of the Military Order of the Purple Heart. And you have the American Legion, and I see them around here all the time, and I want to go get involved. But, as a guy with young kids and then trying, my career and everything, you just get busy. And a lot of the guys that are there, and my grandfather, they would all spend their time there. Now we're getting older, and some of us have kids that are leaving, and they're starting to kind of infiltrate, more of the VFWs, the legions, that area. And I think those are great places, but there's also kind of like this stigma attached to them, among veterans. And realistically, I think what we need is a place that isn't just necessarily for veterans, but also involves that community aspect. And so what I've wanted to do is like create a place or just overhaul the VFW and the Legion and have it be a place that's like the coolest place you could possibly go, to where, there's like bowling alleys and you have that, like these bands that want to come in and do special performances for veterans and they can use it as a tax write-off. And then like even places like Tito's Vodka, they're like, oh, we want to donate, this amount of stuff. And so you have like these vendors and these food places, and then they pay their employees like really well. But here's the catch. So it's super cool environment, ton of fun stuff to do. It's a place where everybody wants to go and everything is dirt cheap because it's all donated, right? The deal would be, you can, if you're a veteran, you can always bring 2 of your friends.